Bring it on home. How about you? Come on. Are we live? Let's make sure. I'll be right back. I've been having some computer problems this week. Not really computer problems, YouTube problems. A whole bunch of stuff going on. I want to make sure everybody's good here. This is okay. I don't have, you know what? I don't have sound on that computer. All right. Welcome to the Happy Oyster Show. I am your host, Bart Burke. And we got Freddie the Angry Bayman in the house. Freddie, give me a little thumbs up over there. He's over there working on our new project. Wait until you see what's going on there. You guys are going to be like, whoa, man, these guys are bringing it to the next level. It's definitely a given on that. How about you? You know, things are not necessarily what they appear to be. Where am I going with that? Your oysters, my oysters, and everybody else's oysters. I go to Cornell Cooperative Extension in Cedar Beach 2 to 3 times a week. I go there to give back. I am not there for personal gain in any way, shape, or form. Somebody out there is thinking that I am, number one, taking oysters, or I have brought oysters there that were mine, and they're taking care of them, and they're feeding them, and they're using their electricity, and their pump, and their this. No. That is not the case in any way, shape, or form. I go there to give back.
We don't even have any oysters.
We don't have, exactly. We don't. We have 0 in the oysters.
We will, but we don't have them now.
Oh, yeah. We have approximately a couple of 100,000 coming from Mook in Maine that is going to come down here in about 2 weeks, and they're going to go in our flopsy that we are maintaining, that we are taking care of, that is being paid for by us.
That we built.
I'm getting messages as I'm going on. I'm getting some messages as I'm going on, and I'll get back to that and why we're not on the phone, okay? If you can tell, I'm not upset at all. I'm not upset at all. I have total transparency, and the purposes of my videos and all of the above are to help other oyster farmers. We have boatloads of oyster farmers around the world, Australia, Ireland, Florida, North Carolina, South Carolina, all over the place. Out in the West Coast, they watch us as well. Maybe not live, but that's what it is.
Eastern Shore.
Oh, what do you mean the bike man is back? The bike man isn't back. Because I'm on a little bit of a rant. Is that it? Welcome.
The bike man never left.
So anyway, let me get my thing. I put up a video yesterday on Instagram. I put up a video on Instagram last night, fairly late, and then I went to bed, and I got in trouble in the morning because I guess it appeared that maybe it was my oysters that I'm taking care of, and it's not the case at all. Cornell Cooperative is there for the public. It is not a commercial entity. It is not there for commercial oyster farmers for any way, shape, or form. I go there because I give back, because it's about karma. It's about doing the right thing. It's about helping the program. Energy and passion, ethics and making money, and self-promotion. Do I self-promote when I'm up there? You bet I do. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with that. Somebody from the public comes in. Hi, how are you? Would you like to see what's going on? I show them what's going on, blah, 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 blah. Hi, my name is Bart. What's your name? I introduce myself. They tell me their name. And then I go into my pocket, my billfold. This is how I carry my money. And I always be ready with a business card. And I give that to them. Hi, Christina. My name is Bart. After we go through the pleasantries, the last and final thing, I give them my card and say, hey, come on over to our channel and check it out. Again, total transparency. I have nothing to hide. Zero to hide. I have no axes to grind. I'm here and I'm doing it because I want to do it. I'm doing ethics and making money. We cannot confuse the two. I know a lot of people out there think that, somebody that's out making money, their ethics must not be right because they're successful. Bullshit!
It's the American way.
My ethics are superior. Probably way better than anybody else's that's out there. Take notice. All right? I had a great big long, everything changed. After yesterday and this morning, my whole show changed today. That's the beauty of being your own producer, is that I can control what I want and where I want it and how I want to show it. I'm in control of my own destiny, and I'm going to nip it in the bud. When I have a problem, I nip it in the bud right away. Now, if somebody's out there and they're blowing the whistle on me, okay, and they're calling up, did you see? Okay, why do you do that? Right here, 631-902-0836, right here. Okay, if you got a problem with me, call me, text me. You know who you are. Absolutely nothing wrong with self-promotion. All right, enough of that crap. Frederick, the angry David is in the house. I was getting a little angry there, huh? Freddie, what's the word?
I don't get angry. I just get even.
Freddie, you seem to be working on something pretty intricate over here.
Lawnmower parts.
Lawnmower parts. Unfortunately, guys, we have to go to the laptop now. We can't use this.
YouTube.
Okay, YouTube threw us a curve. When it rains, it pours, okay? I came in yesterday after going to Cornell, and I started to sit down and I started to go through all my normal stuff, check the stocks, do this, do that, all of that good stuff. And obviously, part of my daily chores is taking care of YouTube and the channel. And again, with any social media, it's just like a garden, and it's just like taking care of oysters. You have to tend to it, and you have to continue to keep track of it. Jimmy, I am straight up. There is absolutely, I am super straight up. So where was I going with that? Can't remember now.
Lawnmower parts.
Oh, lawnmower parts. So I came home and, YouTube, that's where I was. Sorry about that. You can no longer stream via a mobile device unless you have 1,000 subscribers. Oh, shit. I only got 825. In fact, it's gone down. Oh. YouTube did a little maintenance, if they're non-active or they're a BS people. YouTube automatically goes in there and combs them out and kicks them off of your channel all by themselves. We had that last week. Usually it's like once a quarter, and all of a sudden you lose like 15 subscribers in one whack. Back in the old days when we had 80,000 subscribers, it's not that big of a deal when we lost a couple of, but now it's like every single subscriber counts right now, guys. I need subscribers. In order to do what we want to do, I got to be able to stream on the phone. And I need 1,000 subscribers. So please, guys, help me out. Share it. Go to talk to somebody. Tell your friends. Do something, man. I need more subscribers. That is correct, Jimmy. My phone cannot, I can do videos provided that I upload them, but I can't stream live with a mobile device. And I love streaming live. There's an energy about streaming live that is like no other. And it's charging to me. It helps me. It's my own little therapy. Instead of going to the shrink, I go to the live. Okay? The live. You guys are my shrink. You guys are what keeps me going. I have so much fun. I am having so much fun, okay, in life right now. And it's about damn time, because I worked my ass off for 50 years. 40 years. 43 to be exact.
Me too.
And we're having a ball, man. Fred and I, we're designing stuff. We're figuring stuff out. Why does Fred and I, sometimes Fred's political views and my political views don't necessarily mesh. But you know what? We put that beside us. We're friends, man. We're friends. We're buddies, and we can respect one another. And we have and you know what? And we're kind of like-minded in a lot of ways too, because we come up with some of these designs, some of this crazy shit that comes up in our head, and sometimes it actually works. And this is no different. Wait until you see what we got going on now. All right, you ready for this? All right, so we got a Flupsy coming up. Matt Ketchum over at Peconic Gold. Hats off to you, my friend. He had put a comment on our Instagram photo that when we building the Flupsy, he commented, "Wow, nice work, and you're setting yourself up for a lot more of it." And yeah, we are. And yeah, Flupsies are a lot of work. And one of the problems with a Flupsy is that you have to keep the sucker clean. Okay, and keeping it clean could be a real back-breaking operation. Some of these newer Flupsies now are up off of the water like this much, so you got to lift your barrel out of the water. Our Flupsy is only above the water about like this much, okay? Which in turn, so now you don't have to lift it up. We've also shortened the distance so that there's not a lot of distance that we have to reach out and lift it up. Now we can kind of stand it straight up and pull it up. Again, if we had to put in a winch system, we could. And again, there's a lot of different stuff out there. We're designing our own gig and whatnot. But now, the barrel comes up, and in order to keep oysters growing at a good rate, you have to separate them. You got to keep them separated. And different sizes with different people. There is a barrel. This is a barrel. It has got mesh on the bottom, as you can see.
Yeah.
There's different size mesh so that they don't flow through. We take other people's garbage and we make it work. Okay?
There's a hole
here. This is hurting really bad. It's got a couple of holes in it. One's been this and that, and it goes on and on and on. But whatever.
We'll fix it.
We'll fix it. We can fix anything. We have an awesome set of tools. So now you can imagine that this thing gets all gunked up all the way around. I'm working on some other coatings and stuff. I'll be more about that later on down the road. Maybe next week we'll have more information on that, about some special paints and some stuff that's anti-fouling and also safe for the oysters as well.
There's 10 of these in there.
Some of them are going to be half because it's shallow.
But there's going to be
half barrels.
There's 10 places.
Right.
For barrels.
So now, as they come up and they're all gunked up and the oysters are all gooked up, sometimes what we do is they would take these and you would dump them into a fish tote and then hump the fish tote to someplace else, and then you would throw them through a smaller tumbler, something similar to what we have on our boat. And then you would take them out of after it got sorted out and whatnot, you would take them out of there and then you would pour them back into here and then it would go back into there. So what if I'm all about eliminating.
That sounds like too much work for me.
It is. It's a lot of work. So I'm all about trying to reduce the amount of steps. If you can reduce the steps, you're going to create a better job. All right. You like that, Mr. Hand? Who's Mr. Hand? Free speech is not not if you're cannot exercise it. Get up, stand up for your rights. You bet, baby. You got it, Mr. Hand.
Yeah.
I ain't nobody's pushing me around, man. I am the sweetest guy in the world, but as soon as I start to get pressured or threatened or any of the above, here are my weapons, my empty hands. Okay? Hajime Maste Burkdes, Dozo Yoroshiku.
We don't have no problem expressing ourselves.
Next. I'm a little bit of I'm on a tear today, Fred.
Hey, whatever.
I got pissed off this morning. I got really pissed off.
Yeah,
but you know what? Don't get pissed. Don't get mad.
Get even.
That's it. It's all about the right thing and doing the right thing. And that's what we all got to work on. We all got to get along. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're a liberal. I don't care if you're black. I don't care if you're white. I don't care if you're a woman. I don't care if you're a man. I don't care if you're a transgender. I don't care, man. It's all about getting along. We all got to get along. And if you don't say your piece out front, then that's the way it is.
And if you're vulnerable, you shouldn't be saying nothing.
Okay. Enough of that. Now, so we pull the barrel out and they do this and they do that. But what if I had something that was right there on the dock, on the Flopsy, that we could clean our oysters with?
We don't want to take anything out of the barrel except the dirt.
Exactly. Now, if we have to size them, that could be a different story. We'll work on that later, and that's okay. It's easy enough. We can build anything. Anything. Whether it be metal, plastic, wood, it's okay. It's whatever it is. So, now, are you ready to see the new idea? Today's sponsor is Harbor Freight. Yeah. Harbor Freight does it every time for us, guys.
We love it.
We love Harbor Freight. If you're not a member of their Fast Track Club, make sure that you become a member because it does have some benefits. You get this little flyer in the mail. I'm looking for my flyer. I got them all over the place, but I don't know where the hell it is right now. But there was a coupon in that flyer for... check this baby out, huh? A nice, brand new hand truck. Oh, so you're going to use that to pick up the... No, we're not going to take the barrels into this and then use that. Nuh-uh. This is the base of our cleaning apparatus. Now, maybe we should put it up here.
Yeah, or put that...
Put this... I don't know either. Have you ever seen the guys that do swimming pools and the guys in the back?
Basically, they need to be able to see this.
Yeah. There we go. Okay, so the barrel is going to sit on there about like that.
Yep.
Okay? And then what we're going to do is we're going to drive that barrel. The barrel, we're going to put in some rollers and some other stuff so that we roll this apparatus right out onto the dock. And then we're going to use a couple of gears and a couple of wheels and a couple of...
lawnmower transmissions.
We went to the junkyard, our favorite store in the whole wide world. Right. Freddie's got some connections up at the junkyard. And we bought lawnmower transitions.
Wow, we got them free.
Self-propelled, for true.
Right.
Well, no, we're going to give the guy some oysters, man. I mean, the guy is cool. Tony up at the junkyard is cool.
Tony's the best.
He is the best. Yeah. I mean, this guy, and he'll give you the world.
Right.
And he's, hey. And you know what? He's going to get paid off. When we get oysters, he's the first one. Here you go, Tony. Enjoy these, baby. Because you helped us. We help you. Here's some oysters for you, my friend. We gave him some scallops.
Yeah.
When Bubba and them went scalloping, the scallop season, we gave him a whole quart of fresh harvested scallops. The guy is like our friend forever. He's still ranting and raving about him, and that was back in October or something like that. Yeah. So this is a self-propelled transmission that came out of a lawnmower.
This is variable speed. It has 3 different gear ratios. I don't know if you can see it or not, but you can see the mark right here going around. You can see the little mark on there going around. This is like 6 to 1.
So when you say 6 to 1, Fred, this thing here goes around six times,
and this goes around one time. So that's what we have to do. In order to rotate the barrel, we have to reduce the speed of the motor down to almost barely turn it. So what's going to happen is, now you might have to video. This transmission is going to get mounted right here on the side of this hand truck. About like that. These things are going to come off, and there's going to be a rubber tire on here, and there's going to be a rubber tire on here. And on the other side, there's going to be a rubber tire and a rubber tire. So the barrel will be suspended on 4 rubber tires, and then this transmission will turn, and the rubber tires on this side will go around, and it'll rotate the barrel, and we're going to automatically. And
no need for handage, none of that.
Initially, we're using the barrel as the tumbler, and it's just going to sit on there, and it's going to rotate, and then as it rotates, we're going to take the hose and run the hose inside of it when it's spinning on here, like this. And it's going to wash all the junk and slime out the bottom. And then we're going to drop it back in the Flopsy, and it's going to take us 20 minutes to clean the whole thing rather than half a day.
Yeah, we're going to be able to clean all 10 barrels relatively quickly,
right.
Because of the fact we just pull them up, put them onto there, and that'll be done.
Right.
Again, cleanliness is next to godliness, and that's how you grow good oysters, is keeping them clean, guys. You got to stay after them. You got to keep. You can't just let them sit out there for ages and expect them to grow. So, if you get the crap off of the thing and you can continue to keep the flow rolling, oysters grow in flow. The faster flow, the better they grow. Okay, when the flow is really ripping, that's when you're going to get good growth, and that's what we're trying to do. Thank you, Timmy.
So
Jim, thumbs up is correct. Thank you, thank you, guys.
So just remember, you've seen it here on the Happy Oyster Show. And if you want one, when we get it rolling, come by and we'll build one for you.
If anybody needs one, by all means, we'll be happy to help you out and build one up for you.
We'll show you how to do it. We're not hogging the patent on it or anything. We're just putting it out there because it's never been done before, and it is something that needs to be done that's going to help everybody out that has a Flopsy and has to clean their barrels. Have you
ever seen the guys? You see the pool guys, right?
Yeah.
And the pool guys got this thing that goes in the back of their truck, and it's this little vacuum cleaner. It's got a little battery in there and whatnot, and then they charge it up, and then they take it off of the truck and they roll it over, and they vacuum the pool, and then they bring it back and they put it on. It's similar idea to that. We were making it totally mobile. At first, I was thinking maybe we should mount something on there and some wood and some this and some that. And Fred says, no, I think we should make it mobile so we could go to different places with it. And I'm like, yeah, that's not a bad idea. So again, Fred and I working together have come up with this great idea. So this is where we're going with this thing, and it's pretty exciting. We also saw something up at the junkyard. I'm going to let you in on a little thing. It's all about the junkyard is cool, man. A lot of people don't like junkyards, but junkyards are awesome.
Nothing better than the junkyard.
There really isn't, man. But you got to know what you're looking at, and you got to have the right mindset. So we're hunting around and of course now anything that's stainless or any of that kind of non-corrosion, we're like on top of it, like flies on poop. By the way, a quickie, I got one for you. In the comments below, can you catch more flies with shit or with honey? And tell me why. All right, you tell me. So where was I going? Oh, the junkyard. And so anytime we see stainless, our eyes just, and stainless sticks out like a sore thumb in the junkyard because everything's a rusty crap. All right. And it beat up and this and that. And, again, you got to know what you're looking at. So we see this. Freddie says, I saw this pump. I saw this thing. You got to check this out. I'm like, really? I'm like, yeah, he's got 3 of them, man. I'm like, really? I'm like, cool. Let's go see. So we went over and checked it out. It's a stainless steel drum. It's about, I'm going to say probably about 25 gallons-ish.
Looks like a mop bucket.
It does look like a mop bucket. And there's this thing that goes down, and it's stainless. And then on top of that is this motor. And I'm looking at the motor. The motor's all rusted up and crapped up. And I says, what the hell is that thing? Oh, it came out of some hospital or something, and it was in a burn unit, and it was used to – I'm like, medical. That means stainless. That means good. That means hard. What it was a stainless – hose system for pressure washing somebody's wounds.
Burns, right.
And burns to get the dead skin off or whatever it may be. They would put the saltwater solution inside of this container, and it comes out, and it's got a little hose on it. The hose is only about this long, which doesn't mean I can. And you take this, and it puts out this massive
stream
amounts of water and stream. And it is electric, but that's okay. We do happen, at our Flopsy, we do have some electric on the dock. We are taking this one here, this idea here. Again, we kind of want it mobile so that we can necessarily put it away for someplace else. And what we're thinking about driving this thing with, 2 things. We're talking about a motor maybe, but more lately now, recently, Fred and I have come to the conclusion that, you know what? My old DeWalt drill.
Battery drill
is going to work pretty well. And that should do it. There's not a lot of
resistance because it's all done with the gears of these gearboxes.
And we're talking about maybe possibly coordinating 2 gearboxes to see how fast it is. We don't want it to roll real fast.
Right.
We just want it to be able to roll just enough to be able to keep it doing its thing so that the oysters tumble within themselves. They prune their shell. At the same time, when they're pruning their shell, they're making a nice deep cup. If you can do it early, you can do it often. All right, you're going to get some real good shell structure. It's just like anything else. If you build a good foundation, you're going to have a great structure. And that's what we're trying to do. Are we messing with Mother Nature? Maybe a little bit, but, you know, I mean, it's not, you know, not uncalled. I mean, I don't think we're doing anything that's ethically not good. I think what we're doing is all good because, again, oysters filter 50 gallons of water per day. One. Okay, so you put 1 million of them out there. I don't have to teach you guys math. You guys know what to do. So that's kind of where we're at with this whole idea. Now, show and tell time, I think, Fred.
Oh, yeah.
Show and tell?
Yeah, why not?
So Fred's always checking out different stuff. And
I went to an auction.
Yeah, give us the scoop on this thing, Fred.
Went to an auction and bought a really nice gun. It's a 1850 muzzle loading shotgun. And it was
well, it's not really it doesn't have shells.
No, it's a muzzle loader. You pour the powder and the BBs in it, and you ram it down the barrel with the rod, and then you put a little cap on the percussion cap on the hammer. But anyway, this is not like you click it off, put a couple of shells in there, click it back, and go boom, boom, boom. No, it doesn't happen that way. No, it's a muzzle percussion muzzle loader, but it's from
1850,
and it's it was listed as having brass hardware on it. Well, somebody had put varnish on it, and it turned all the silver on the gun. It turned it all so that it looked like brass. But anyway, the whole gun is completely loaded with German silver. It's a really, really unique, nice piece.
Notice the double trigger, showing the triggers.
Yeah, it's got one trigger for each hammer. The other thing about it is this little bump on the trigger guard here. That makes it a rare gun because it's called an English gamekeeper's gun. In other words, that little hook on there, it was made so that they could put a rope or a sling or a piece of leather on it and then carry it when they were out in the woods underneath their shoulder like this. That's how they carried them, with the sling over there. So it's kind of interesting, just something that I thought you'd like to see. Very unusual to see these kind of guns with all the silver mounting on them.
That's coming across good on here. I'm liking it.
Yeah. So anyway, that's it. I just thought you'd.
I am not a big gun guy. I believe that guns were put on this world to kill things, and that's it. But again, hunting, protection, those kinds of things. There's nothing beats a gun.
Right. I'm into it because it's art.
It really is. This is really art. I mean, look at the filigree and the detail. Can you get that up a little closer? There's a camera.
It's all done. It's all hand done with a chisel. All that engraving on there.
It really is a beautiful piece of work. Yeah, and again, 1800s, guys. This is no joke, man.
1850.
These guys were craftsmen.
That's right. They were.
I mean, real craftsmen.
Yeah, it was built in London.
So all you guys from Europe, yeah.
So that's a little.
How does one load shot? You're gonna pour some. You got some wadding material, I would assume, or what is the actual deal when you load that?
The actual deal is you.
What's the sequence of events to load this thing? It takes a long time too. By the way, this is not.
You hold the gun like this, and then you have a reservoir for gunpowder, and it has a measure on it, and you tip it out and you measure it, and you pour the measured powder in here, measured powder in there. Then there's a wad that's like a round disc. It's kind of made out of a fibery material.
Cotton or
no, it's kind of like a.
What did they use?
It almost looks like particle board, but it's like a fibrous material.
Okay.
You put the wad in there, and then you take the rod, and you push the wad down on top of the gunpowder, and then you take your shot canister and you pour like 1.5 ounces or 1.25 ounces of shot.
Now, when you say shot, basically
little BBs, yep. BBs.
Could you put just one big BB in there, or?
Well, they did shoot big stuff out of these, but mostly for bird shot.
Bird shot.
So you pour the bird shot in, and then you take an over-the-shot wad. It's another wad. You put that wad on there.
To hold it in there, so in case you ever tilted the thing down, nothing comes out.
You push that down, and you tap that wad down on top, and then you put the rod back in. And
then you're ready to go.
And then you cock the hammer, and you put a percussion cap on there. It's a little cap that makes the ignition, the spark.
Okay.
You put the cap on there, and then when you're ready to shoot, you pull the trigger, and it hits that, and it fires the gun. You want to remember to take the rod out, because in the Civil War, when they got in the heat of battle, they loaded the rifles, and they left the rod in. They shot the rod through the other guys. It was crazy.
And then they didn't have a rod to be able to reload. Right. That's a problem.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the thing. A little bit of information.
I thought you guys would like that. Anyway.
All
right. So there you have it. So where are we at? Oh, Christmas Almighty. 30 minutes goes by quick, Fred.
Yeah, it does.
Holy Christmas, man. But I guess I must have had like a whole bunch of rants and stuff beforehand. So, I kind of wasted a little bit of time there. So we're working on the set. The set is coming along pretty nicely. Again, we're going to need, I got I found, I had a couple of things I wanted to display. These two sailboats up here. This guy here was my father's sailboat, believe it or not.
Pond yachts.
Exactly.
They're called pond yachts.
And this is my father's. Whoops.
Missing the keel.
Yeah, it's missing the part that went into here that would keep it upright, so that it would, the centerboard, and that would keep it going. And what you would do is you would set it up on a broad reach or something like that, and you let her loose on the pond, and she'd go sailing across the pond.
You know what they do? You do exactly what you said. You set it up on a broad reach so it sails in a line.
Yeah.
And what happens is it'll sail across to the other side of the pond, and then it'll get in the lee of the shore, and the wind will stop blowing on it.
Yeah.
It'll turn around and come back to you.
I never had that happen to me. It never did it for me. I guess you had to be professional at it or something.
That little the tiller handle on there was hooked to the boom.
Yeah. That's correct. So it would, if it got a little luff to it, it would
turn around and come back to you.
Okay. Some people put a leash on it. Me myself with mine. Okay. Now I only played with mine a little bit, not a whole lot. But my father gave me one when I was a little kid, and I found that one. And I don't know where the hell we got it.
That's almost looks like a sunfish type boat.
Okay, and again, it's got a little. This one does have the dagger board in it. This one was mine, and I would spend hours at the duck pond chasing this thing. I would let it go, and it would go all the way across, and then we would try different angles with the sail. It really taught me how to sail. It taught me the basic principles of what's going on, because you knew where the wind was going. This is before cell phones. This is when toys were toys, man. And I mean, hours and hours and hours I spent at the pond playing with my sailboat. So I thought I'd share that with you. I put it up on display. I also got my old Weatherman up there, which is a sailboat.
I have a few of them, but they're big ones. They're big. Pond yachts.
I'll set that up a little better later.
That's a big time people collect.
Yeah.
They collect pond yachts.
Yeah, absolutely. Now they got them with remote controls and all of this other stuff. But this is before any of that radio controlled stuff and whatnot.
They have a yacht pond in Central Park. I always want to go there.
Yeah.
I've never been there.
I've been there, but I've been there a couple of times when they got some really in Central Park. Huge. They got a specific pond just for that. Yeah, a lot of guys now they got all these remote controls.
They got a boathouse.
They don't do. Yeah.
They got a boathouse.
They don't necessarily do the old school stuff that much anymore. Maybe you might see some of the old timers, but that's it. Oh, Artie, Mike, thank you for update on permits. Okay, update on permits. I almost forgot. Nothing. Freddie's right. It's going to be another month. I thought for sure it was going to be weeks. Nothing. I still do not have my permits. We are waiting on the DOS. The DOS is the Department of State. Department of State had us fill out about 3 pages. All of the answers of the questions were no. We are not going to do anything bad. And please give me my permit. That's where the DEC now is waiting for the DOS's approval before the DEC can issue their permit. Where was I? Last week, I had threatened to go to Albany. Before I went to Albany, I said, you know what? I'm going to give him one more call. I'm going to give him a call. So there was an email that was forwarded to me that had a phone number on the bottom, and I called it. And holy Christmas, this was after I got back from Cornell on Monday. I called him up, and I got the person on the phone. I couldn't believe it. The person I wanted to talk to actually answered the phone. I was like, yeah.
They tend to lie, though.
So I a tail between my legs. I kissed and hi. Is there anything I can do? And please, I've got seed coming. I got this. I got that. I want to put the boat in order. There's a lot of things I want to do, but I don't want to do anything because I want to be legal. I want to be totally legal. People are now telling me, "Oh, just do it, Bart. Just do it." And I'm like, I can't. My ethics are too good. I do not want that. Okay. Freddie is a whole other game, but again, he is with me. So we're both of us together, and I got the last say, and there ain't no way I'm putting stuff on our plot without the proper permittage. Right. Period. I just can't. I can't afford the DEC coming in there and confiscating all my hard-earned work, you know? So consequently, we are still at that same game. Now, when I did get off the phone with Mrs. DOS, Department of State, I said to her, when should I check back with you? Again, that is the number one question whenever you're dealing with this. When should I check back with you? Next week? And she says, oh, no. It's on my desk, and I should have it drafted up within the next day or two. And check back with me at the end of the week. So Friday, I'm sitting there, chomping at the bit. I'm looking at my email, checking my email like every 10 minutes or so. Nothing. About 3:30, 4 o'clock, I had some stock stuff that was going on, and I had to be on top of it at 4 o'clock in the afternoon when it was closing. So I wasn't able to necessarily call her at that moment because I was pretty involved in some other things. So I missed the boat on checking with her at the end of the week. But I can guarantee you Monday morning I'm going to be calling her again. If I don't get any answers or I don't get what I want to hear, I think I'm going, Freddie, you got to go to, don't you have to go to like Greenwich or something next week?
Yeah, maybe.
So we might be going to Greenwich to go deliver something. And then while we're up that way, we'll take a little shoot over to Albany and say, hey, what's going on? That's where I'm at with the permits. It is pretty unnerving, and it could really get to you, this whole permitting process and whatnot, if you let it.
It's typical.
Everybody said, it's going to take forever. It's going to take forever. And they were right. They were totally right. It is taking forever. And I don't understand what the big deal is.
Because they don't want you to do it.
I don't know why they don't want us to do it though, Fred. That's what's killing me. Is it I'm starting to take it a little bit personal.
No, it's not. They just don't want you to do it.
I take it personally that they're not, I'm trying to do the right thing here. I totally not trying. I am doing the right thing. So that's where I'm at. What else do I got for you? The permit office is in Albany. The Department of State is. The DEC is just up the island. They're easy to get to. They're only 40 minutes away. Albany is approximately a 6 to 8 hour drive for me. Wow. It's going to be a long day.
Yeah, both ways.
Albany's got to be at least 4 hours.
3.5 hours.
3.5, 4 hours. That's provided you don't go through any traffic. One little mishap. You're going through one of the most congested areas of the world, New York City, and you're way out here on Long Island. In order to get anywhere west, you got to go through New York City in order to get there, unless you go take the ferry.
Too expensive.
I'm not going to get into a great big long dissertation on what it is to live on Long Island, but
it sucks.
It's starting to get a little bit pissed off, especially when I hear stories about down there in the Tidewater area.
Oh,
Virginia.
Yeah,
Freddie that's a whole nother show. We'll have to save that for another time. Freddie's just came back from Tidewater, Virginia. He was down there looking at a new boat for us and whatnot.
Eastern Shore.
It's pretty exciting stuff down there. Maybe a satellite. Who knows? I mean, we're taking it all the way, man. We're going to be worldwide, world famous. It's just a matter of time. Stay with us, guys. I really appreciate all of you guys coming in and tuning in each and every week. I cannot thank you guys enough.
80 more subscribers.
No, 180 more subscribers.
180 more subscribers. Let's go.
Please, please, please share what you see. Please, guys, I need subscribers. I know that half of you guys that watch aren't subscribing. Now is the time to subscribe. Please, I know it from the analytics. Subscribed and unsubscribed, all right? It's about 50-50. So please, if you're watching, help me out, man. I need some help. If you want to see more, that's what I need, okay? So again, guys, I appreciate our show would not be half as much fun if it wasn't for all of you guys. You guys is what makes it go. You guys are what makes us tick. I appreciate it from the bottom of my heart. I want everybody to be cool. I want everybody to be kind. I want everybody to be happy. And of course, eat me. See you next week, guys.